I yesterday at the park walked my dog. She tomorrow at the office will finish the report. He last night in his room wrote a letter. We every morning in the kitchen drink coffee. They next month in London will visit the museum. The cat now on the sofa is sleeping soundly. You this afternoon at the store bought apples. My dad in the evening at the garage fixes cars. The students last week in the library studied history. The chef right now in the restaurant is cooking dinner. I often at the gym lift weights. She next Sunday at the beach will build a sandcastle. He on Fridays at the market sells vegetables. We last year in Paris ate croissants. They at 7 p.m. at the cinema are watching a movie. The bird this morning on the tree sang a song. You last Christmas at your grandparents received gifts. My sister tomorrow in the car will drive home. The dog every day in the garden chases squirrels. The painter all day in the studio is creating a portrait. I today at the bank deposited money. She in the summer at the lake swims laps. He last Monday at the doctor's office had a checkup. We on weekends at the mountain hike trails. They soon in the stadium will play basketball. The baby a moment ago in the crib dropped a toy. You last month in Italy visited Rome. My boss next quarter in the factory will launch a new product. The farmer in the spring in the field plants seeds. The repairman now at the house is fixing the sink. I tomorrow night at the concert hall will hear music. She last week at the hotel forgot her keys. He every evening at the fence talks to the neighbor. We in July at the campsite will light a fire. They right now in the waiting room are reading magazines. The pilot in an hour in the cockpit will fly the plane. You yesterday afternoon at the bakery ordered a cake. My cousin next year in Canada will start university. The secretary every day at the desk types emails. The construction workers all morning at the site are building a wall. I last Christmas at the school performed a play. She tonight at the window is watching the rain. He this morning at the bus stop missed the bus. We in the future on the moon will establish a base. They last Sunday at the river caught fish. The gardener right now in the greenhouse is watering flowers. You in 2020 in New York saw the statue. My aunt tomorrow at her home will bake cookies. The cyclist every weekend on the road rides his bike. The soldier last month at the base completed training. I every morning in my mind review my goals. She next week at the salon will cut her hair. He yesterday at the court won the match. We in the fall at the orchard pick apples. They now in the submarine are exploring the ocean. The technician this afternoon in the lab tested the device. You last night at the lecture hall heard the professor. My neighbor tomorrow at the fence will paint it green. The musician every night on the stage plays guitar. The waiter a moment ago at the table served water. I in college at the dorm shared a room. She tonight in her studio is drawing a picture. He last winter in the mountains skied downhill. We next year in Australia will see koalas. They every morning at the pond feed ducks. The police officer right now on the street is directing traffic. You this week at the workshop learned coding. My uncle last month in the factory fixed the machine. The reporter tomorrow at the scene will film the news. The doctor all morning in the hospital examined patients. I in the spring at the office received a bonus. She last night on the phone discussed the plan. He every day at the coffee shop buys a pastry. We next weekend at the stadium will watch football. They a minute ago in the elevator pushed the button. The cashier now at the counter is counting money. You yesterday at the theater enjoyed the show. My team next year in the competition will win the trophy. The librarian every afternoon in the section organizes books. The driver this morning on the highway avoided an accident. I last summer at the pool taught swimming. She tomorrow night at the restaurant will order pizza. He on Mondays in the classroom teaches math. We next week in the warehouse will pack orders. They all afternoon in the square are holding a protest. The singer last night on the stage performed her hit. You yesterday at the market forgot your wallet. My friend in the morning in the hallway greets everyone. The coach every day on the field trains the athletes. The author last year in her home finished the novel. I next month at the coast will rent a house. She today at the station caught the train. He last week at the repair shop fixed his bicycle. We every year in the mountains celebrate New Year's. They right now in the airport are checking their luggage. The child this evening in the bath is playing with bubbles. You last birthday at the party received flowers. My colleague tomorrow at the meeting will present the data. The security guard all night at the gate watches the building. The cleaner this morning in the office vacuumed the carpet.